So you walk in the gym with all the exercises that you're going to be doing to build that muscle. There's one thing missing. How much weight should you be using to build that muscle? In this video, I'm going to go over just that. The reality is it's not a one-size-fits-all answer, but I have the science and the facts that you can use to your own personal situation to get the muscle that you want. So let's get started. Now, let's start with some muscle building and weightlifting basics. When it comes down to it, building muscle is all about progressive overload, which is just a fancy term for saying challenging your muscles by increasing the amount of weight, intensity, and reps over time, which is why it's very, very important for you to know the amount of weight for you, because the right amount of weight for you is going to challenge your muscles just enough to get those little muscle fiber tears that you need. And no need to panic. Those tears will not need a surgeon. Those tears heal themselves, and when they repair, they grow back bigger and stronger, which means you get muscle. Now that you know that, you want to pick up a weight that's going to be challenging you by the time you get to the 8th to 12th rep, but you can still do safely, because it's very, very important when it comes down to building muscle. Proper form and safety is very, very paramount, because if you don't focus on those two things, you won't be able to, last long in the gym, and you might end up needing that surgeon in the long run, and we don't want that. Now, as a beginner, you want to focus on picking up a light weight that allows you to focus on, proper form first. Now, let's say you're doing some bicep curls, right? And you find out you pick up, 10 pounds, and then you do 12 reps of it. And by the time you get to that 12th rep, you feel nothing. It's not challenging at all. That means that 10 pounds is too light for you, and it's time to increase that weight. Let's say now you go to, let's just say 25 pounds. You do 25 pounds of the bicep curls, and you found that you can only do, 6 reps with proper form, and you can't do any more. That means that 25 pounds is too heavy for you, which means that you got to go between, 10 to 25. So you go to, let's say, 20 pounds for the bicep curl. You do it. By the time you get to that 8th rep, you find that, it's very, very challenging. And by the time you get to that 11th rep, you found that, I can barely do this with proper form, which means 20 pounds is the way that you should go as a beginner. If you found out that, 10 pounds is, too light for you, and then 25 is too much. So again, focus on, choosing a weight that you can do 8 to 12 reps of. And with that, 8th rep is challenging, and then that 12th rep is barely doable. That's where you should focus on for every single exercise that you do as a beginner. And as you get stronger, of course, you're going to increase that weight accordingly. So over time, that 20 pounds will not feel as hard by the time you get to the 8th rep. So you go to 25 pounds, you go to 30 pounds. Now, a brief summary of what I just said. You want to focus on 8 to 12 reps per set of each exercise, whatever exercise that you're doing. You want to make sure that by the time you get that 8th rep, it's very challenging. By the time you get to that 12th rep, it's very, very challenging, barely doable, but again, with proper form. And if you're curious about, what exercise that you should be doing to, build that muscle, I have a video over here that you could click on, or over there, whichever side it pops up on, that you could use, to, build that muscle and have a proper game plan when you go to the gym. And if you're getting value out of this video so far, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and like the video if you so choose. And always remember to make mirrors your canvas, weights your paintbrush, sweat your paint, and may your drawing always be beautifully unfinished. And take care.